the final day of shooting. The helicopter scene was something literally out of a movie. Charlotte told me, she was like, Brienne, we're gonna get a helicopter. And I said, for what? For the short film? Yes. And it's one of the hugest things I've ever worked with. When Charlotte described it to me, she was like, this is a short film, it's 15 minutes, it's gonna be hard to capture people's interest in it. So having a helicopter will be like, wow, there's a helicopter in a short film, who does that? And that's also another thing I love about Charlotte, is that she's like, how epic can we make this? How crazy can we get?
The first time I heard about the idea, I was like, wow, let's do it. And then I was like, oh wait, I'm location. Let's think about it. But again, Charlotte, she set her mind to it. She arranged everything. The pilot was so friendly and easy to work with.
Yeah, you could say, it's just a helicopter or whatever. No. It really gives this accent to Miss Margret, and the scene with Elle, I think it was an emotional part.
That was unlike anything I've ever done before. It was just crazy. I was a little jealous of Mrs. Margret, and she was so excited when she came out. I remember she screamed. She was like, ah!
So from the moment I arrived on set, I saw the helicopter from where I was. I was like, this is real. This is going to happen. I was like this. I cannot, oh my God. I was trying to be cool, to look like, it's okay, it's just an helicopter. Hello. It was a great experience. Thank you so much for that gift, Charlotte. It was crazy, really, because she told me about that months ago. And I said, an helicopter? Because the scene was not in the scenario to begin with. And then she said, we're gonna have an helicopter scene. So the first time she said that to me, I said, no, we're not going to have an helicopter scene. Why would? What? She said, we're going. She made a promise, and she kept her promise.
Carlos did a great job with the production of photography, and Charlotte had this vision. We did a couple takes and it was there.
But it was a challenge being able to kind of see where the helicopter is going to land, making sure it landed there consistently, and seeing how Miss Margaret or Berthe was going to come out of the helicopter. I know that we had a plan of how we were going to shoot it, having a couple different cuts, but once we kind of saw it take place, it ended up becoming like this one-take shot, which I think was a really great segue into Charlotte and I being so prepared to go into this production with a shot list that we found moments of spontaneity and openness to be able to find new moments that we felt resonated with us in that particular moment and felt the best for the story. Being prepared as possible allows you for that spontaneity on set because you already have the good foundation and background to go off of.
Charlotte was so well prepared, and it shows with the DOP also, because it didn't have to talk. They were on the same page all the time. Charlotte just had to look at him, he looked at her, and they understand and they understood each other.
Well, I think Charlotte and Carlo very much knew what they wanted. Once I asked Charlotte, have you looked at the shot list again with Carlo? And she told me, yeah, we did everything this morning. And I was like, in how many hours did you make that shot list? And she was like, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. And I was like, wow, that's very quickly, I think, from what I used to with other directors. So I think there was a very good flow and understanding between them. Yeah, that was very nice. Yeah, for a first AD, that you have clear communication about that.
They just had to say one word and it knew what they meant. And I think that's also really because they prepped very well.
I think there was a beautiful balance between Charlotte and Carlo. It was really like, he's like the chill guy, and Charlotte is like more energetic, but there was a beautiful balance.
Charlotte and Carlo, the dynamic duo. We have an American and a Belgian on set together behind camera. Not so often do I feel that behind the camera you have such a duet that coincides and works together so well, that has the same vision. Sometimes you just know you will click with someone, and you felt that when you saw the two working together. It created a good environment on set, so you didn't have to worry about your director and your DOP not getting along, because they saw it and they gave you instruction, very clear instruction. They gave you a place that you can experiment as an actor a little bit, or try a different way to do a scene.
It was an amazing match. They were so complimentary, and I think like Charlotte couldn't have found a better person, like a better DP than Carlo. Since we had such a short time to film the helicopter scene because of the weather, but also like the motor from the helicopter, you can't do it 20 times. So we were all like, we have to get this job done.
So I get into the helicopter and Charlotte said, okay, this is what we're going to do. We just need you to be like really natural. It's like you own an helicopter. You've been in the helicopter like 10,000 times. So you have to show that you're not afraid of the helicopter. So she just tell me the scene. So at the beginning, it's like you have those little butterfly in the stomach. Like it's exciting, but at the same time scary.
I had some contact with Christophe before to talk about safety and to talk about how am I going to communicate with you? Do we need special walkies?
They were like communicating through the talkies. It was saying what I need to do because I cannot hear what Charlotte was saying. And then we did the scene like, I think 2 or 3 times max top. And hello.
I think Creed did it amazingly. She was always where she needed to be. You could ask any questions, and she's just so respectful, even though she has a very stressy job of like saying to everyone, it needs to go quicker, or we need to change this. Because I think as a first AD, you have to make difficult decisions.
Griet managed this perfectly. She was on the phone the whole time with the guy, like shouting at him and making sure everything was on the exact time, the exact moment.
Christophe was actually very good in just landing on the perfect spot. It went very smoothly. Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, and thanks to the professionalism of everybody. Otherwise, you never know what's going to happen. You know, it's like a machine, technical. You never know what's going to happen. But I felt safe, and I trust also the team. They were taking care of everybody. Is everybody okay? Like, so yeah, you felt good, safe, and so that's the reason why you're able to work as well. So perfect.
Action!
This scene had been largely anticipated.
When I first saw it, I was like, this is insane.
When I saw the construction and I was thinking, what is she gonna walk on that?
And you just don't realize how big it is until you're standing there.
This was the biggest monumental scene for me.
Charlotte wanted it to have it in 3 levels. She wanted a scaffold.
It looked so beautiful on the screen, and then there was a moment that the water came up.
It was a bit like in a dream. To be connected to one another, that moment, that's what I felt, like we are together in this.
Like reality setting in because it was also the last day of shooting.